No way to sugarcoat it here. The Falcons, it just keeps getting worse for them, and especially when you're playing a Seattle Seahawks team and it looked competitive in the first half. They were tied 6-6. All of a sudden, the floodgates opened for Seattle, 37-9, a blowout. It was the worst loss for the Falcons inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Not that the Benz is that old, but I digress. It's still a pretty tough thing to hear, Joe. You were inside the building for this one. What the heck happened in the second half?
Second half was a nightmare, and it started with a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, as we can see there, which has been obviously a recurring problem for this team and something that Raheem Morris is going to have to continue to answer for. Marquise Williams, the special teams coordinator, is going to once again be under fire. But in talking to the players after the game, you could really tell, and from the coaches, that play really kind of began the unraveling of the Falcons today. The Seahawks made better offensive adjustments at halftime than the Falcons made on defense, and they started to carve them up with that passing game. And we did see why the Seahawks are a bit of a wagon right now. I mean, they are a very good football team with not a lot of vulnerabilities. It was actually credit to the Falcons how well they played in that first half, but ultimately they just didn't really have the horses to keep up with them in that second half.
But how many times do we have to say that this season?
I know.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's every single game. It's they were so close. Not today, obviously. This is a little bit different, but they don't have enough to get it done. Similar situation in the second half today, but he's right. The 100-yard kickoff return is so backbreaking for momentum in a ball game. Special teams, as Joe mentioned, has been an issue consistently throughout really the last couple of weeks. How do you fix that at this point, Cody?
Yeah, it just straight up cost you the game against the Jets last week. And it's not like it's one thing, right? It's not like it's just kickoff return.
Yep.
Last year, so that's kick coverage.
Yeah.
Well, then last week it was punt return. Today you had the field goal. But it's everybody in that.
That field goal block was wild.
I think you've got to make a change as special teams coordinator, but it's really, I don't know if that's going to change things overnight. It's really about the details of getting all those things right.
One of the issues I had in this game was they have a field goal that's blocked in the first half.
Yeah.
The first field goal they attempt should have been blocked. There was a player there that was there to block it, just kind of missed actually hitting the ball. And you would think that after that happens the initial time, you get to the sideline, you look at the tape, you clean that up. But no, the second time they go out for a field goal, the exact same problem happens on that right side. And that's the kind of recurring issues that we're seeing on special teams and throughout the rest of the team that really has Falcons fans fed up at this time of the year.
Yeah, and honestly, players are pretty frustrated as well. They're not going to outright tell you how frustrated they are, but you can see it in the demeanor on the sideline. John Abraham, who you're going to hear in the next block, he talks about this a lot. He talks about the demeanor on the sideline with these guys. They always look kind of deflated. That's what happens when you win 4 games in a football season at this point in the year. Cody, what do you do from here? Because you're not playing for the playoffs at this point. They still are not going to make the playoffs now. The last time they did was 2017. What do you play for?
Right. You play for pride. I mean, these guys are playing for contracts, right?
Yeah,
so these guys,
It's a little
they
different.
all have a job to do, and they're, especially a lot of these guys could end up other places moving forward. Tyler Algier going to be a free agent at the end of this year. So, yeah, you've got some pride to play, but what do? You can fire folks, and things are going to happen. We're going to see Raheem Morris. We'll probably see Terry Fontenot. It's all going to – the dominoes are going to fall when they fall. Doesn't matter, the season's kind of lost, and for the 8th straight year, they're going to have a losing record, which ties, I think back to the Falcons when I was growing up miserable those first few years of my life, 82-90, and they're matched that. And this is a league that's built to make everybody come back to the mean, and the Falcons cannot get back to the mean. So it's really, really frustrating. And yeah, you can make the firing. It's not going to make a difference this year. You're really going to have to clean house at the end of the year.
The Falcons have lost 7 of their last 8 football games. It's kind of hard to do that in the NFL, especially when you're going for it like the Falcons are. They've invested in quarterback position. They've invested money and draft picks into this team, and they're getting no results for it.
Yeah, I think what's really frustrating for everyone is that it's not one issue. You heard them break down all of that stuff so eloquently. It's not one thing. It's about 5,000 things. So I think that's the biggest thing, and we'll see what obviously ultimately pans out with the coaching staff and what goes on from here.